Hello and welcome to second round lead card coverage from the 2018 Glassblown Open, brought to you by Dynamic Discs. We're out at Emporia Country Club on the ball golf course. Really a disc golf course permanently, I suppose, but big sexy commentary, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
And once again, like round one, we have another pretty much dream card. All we did was switch out Drew Gibson for Pauling Beth, and Drew Gibson is another bomber who can play this course with the best of them. And today we've got the wind, the Kansas wind that we expect in April, and so it's going to make this course play kind of how we expect it to. Very difficult with this OB, long shots, and putting is going to be really difficult on the greens.
Yeah, definitely. Long shots. We've got at least 2 or 3 of them coming up here. 1,135-foot par 5 to start you off.
First from Bremen, Germany. Sponsored by Discmania, the 2014 Glassblown Open champion, Simon Lizotte.
And we've got former champion of this event, Simon Lizotte here, going to do what he does, impress the crowd with long shots and throw a lot of PD2s on this course.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, this is perhaps in some trouble, though. This is going too far left.
And woo, sticky grass out there. That live green grass out there on the sides, a little bit less skippy than that dead stuff down the middle, and that PD2 just didn't quite want to turn over. We've got a pretty strong tailwind. As you can see, this wind is going down the hill. Almost seems like a good day to maybe go out over the road with a hyzer.
That's what I opted to do. The wind for me was largely right to left, so it felt like you could kind of trust it out there a little bit more, and Eagle might just do that.
Yeah, that's what he's lining up there, and there's really no danger whatsoever as long as you can get over that initial arborvitae that you see back there, and hyzer back into the fairway. You should be good.
Yeah, mine didn't go that far. I did clear the upright juniper, but I didn't hook.
I'm not sure if that's an upright juniper. I think it's an arborvitae.
In this climate?
Yeah, in this climate in Kansas, at this time of year, I think arborvitaes are doing very well. So
duly noted.
If we could get an expert on that genus, that would be really helpful, because I'm not sure which one it is.
It's I believe 2 separate genuses there, but let's get back to Rick here.
Oh, that's heading right. Oh, just hyzering around that, and again, that brings the easy 4 into play. Maybe another hyzer from there even.
Yeah, I mean, he put it up there around the pine, got it back into the fairway. It's really a perfect shot.
Drew Gibson.
Let's see if Drew goes with that same line.
And Drew just coming back from his trip to a wedding in Puerto Rico.
Oh, really?
No, he's just wearing all white.
And Drew going to swing the big turnover, missing that fir tree by a long way. And a big skip.
Oh, wow, look at that. I mean, that's 100 feet there after it hit the ground with that nose up, just pushing tailwind, just keeping that thing riding. He's going to be in position for a look at 3 even.
Yeah, that's the biggest drive I've seen this week.
And that's what we're going to see from Drew, man. He's only 5'9", but his wingspan is close to 6'3", 6'4", and he just can use that, what we call the ape index, which is your width to height ratio, to his advantage. If you have a positive ape index, it generally leads to greater torque and more snap and power. Quarterbacks, baseball players, disc golfers. Wow, Eagle's really checking up a lot of distance here, which is a really safe hyzer. But
wow.
Surprising.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I mean, you can get a lot more distance and play really safe, but
there's OB up there, so he's a little bit worried about that. Probably just thinking that the numbers don't add up to really try for a 3. Simon maybe thinking about it a different way. See if he can give himself a long look.
Oh, yeah. I mean, wow.
Maybe not even that long of a look, to be honest. That was huge.
Wow. I mean, and he threw a pretty decent tee shot for distance, but it didn't really get it to carry and turn over. I mean, if he had gotten that thing to stand up a bit off the tee, that same shot would have put him inside the circle.
Yeah.
And Drew as well is going to be looking with a hyzer approach shot. That's crazy to think that. And we got 2 looks at Eagle on this really difficult 1,100-foot starting hole. Wow.
Man, that's amazing. It almost makes me feel like I got to sell on 1135. You buying or selling?
I'm buying with this tailwind playing
It is
downhill.
a little downhill. You're right about that.
Yeah, with the downhill all the way, I'm gonna say I buy it.
Yeah, a lot of the difficulty just comes from all the cedars on the right side.
Yeah, the cedars, the upright junipers, and the arborvitaes.
Yeah.
The red oaks.
Here is Simon from 43 feet. Nose up.
Oh.
Wow. So close.
And like we said yesterday, that's the miss that he has, just that nose up. Even with the tailwind, just never wanted to drop. That was so close. Let's see if Drew can give us some fireworks in the starting hole here.
Oh, not the effort he's looking for.
Mm.
And a little bit of a tester coming back right now.
Yeah, man, especially that drive and that approach. That's a great a birdie putt there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not the distance, not an impressive distance away from the basket, but still to step up with that headwind after airballing the putt for eagle. I mean, that takes some nerves.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to have a star frame here in the first hole, and no threes to speak of. We still have Jake Hebenheimer as the only 3 in the weekend so far, so he gets a double shout out since no one 3'd it today.
Yeah, for sure. Deservingly so. Hole 2, par 4, 709 feet, going uphill, kind of over the rise and behind these 3 trees up top. OB on the left and the right. You just want to go for kind of as much distance as you can get, and then you have backhand hyzer or forehand hyzer to the pin. But the OB is really only about 10 meters past the basket on the right side, so you have to be careful controlling the disc.
And we've got a pretty strong left to right here, which is going to push these players if they don't keep the shots low like we see Simon throwing here. That's just textbook.
Mm-hmm.
Right there in the middle, not necessarily huge shot. He's not getting more than 400 feet there, really. But he's in bounds and in the middle of the fairway. But it doesn't really look like the wind is blowing too hard for these guys. When we came through here earlier, it was much harder to throw a shot without getting it to turn over towards those arborvitaes. Arborvitaes. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I think you're nailing it, man.
Shout out to Darlene Cavanis on her incredible article on Plants Monthly.
Yeah.
For the difference between upright junipers and arborvitaes.
Yeah.
Arborvitaes. I think it's arborvitae.
I do too.
I'm done saying that word though. Don't even.
You aren't done yet.
He's in the arborvitae.
Ricky
He's right in the middle of it.
Yeah, right into that mountain laurel, and he'll have some trouble too. He's gonna have to probably step out to the side there, try to get out of there. That's gonna be tough. That's really the only trouble on the hole. That's serious trouble besides out of bounds.
Besides the OB, right? It's that early bush there, and wow, Drew has got this thing.
Holy cow!
Moving, and it is safe, but man, that's pushing the right side. But that is way up the hill.
Anybody who's out there thinking that Simon and Eagle just throw so much farther than everyone else, like Exhibit A, Drew. Like,
yeah, Drew
oh my
Gibson.
Gosh.
He's in the mix.
He's that's 2 times in a row he's made everyone else look like a little weenie arm.
And speaking of 2 days in a row, Ricky's gone into that bush 2 days in a row and thrown really nice shots.
He has, but I'm sure he's real sick of being in there.
Yeah, no kidding. Simon looking at the big wide hyzer shot for the approach here. The difficult thing on this approach, the thing that really makes it, that's a quality shot there. It's going to be left with about 27-foot headwind putt, even though the wind's not really looking like it's blowing too much.
No, not bad.
Wow.
Look at this drive.
It's so difficult to really judge the exact distances on this approach.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's fine. It's about the same distance as Simon.
Yeah.
Same putt he just made on hole 1. Wow, and Eagle's way up the fairway too.
Maybe Eagle's drive did go far. I mean, it always does. Whoa.
And that's unlike...
Kind of got that thing turned over, but it slowed down. He didn't really...
But yeah, the difficult thing with this hole, oh man, that headwind is starting to kick up here, is that it's on that downslope. So even if you crush it, it's still, you can't see exactly how far you have left.
And the putt is just difficult. As you can see, the flag starting to flap.
Yeah.
Really tough. See if Simon, he's got that high spin rate, headwind putt, generally more friendly to him than most players.
Yeah, he starts the putter at about the basket height A little bit of nose up, pushes through the headwind, and pretty predictable results for headwind putts for Simon. He really likes headwind putts.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of us kind of hate him. Ooh, and Ricky just fast enough to get that nose down putt over the rim and in the basket. And Eagle's still got some work to do left for his par. And that's another gator putt. 2 days in a row on this hole.
Yeah.
There are definitely some strokes left out there with those incredible drives. Ricky, the only one who really didn't really deserve a birdie.
Yeah, sure. Hole 3, downhill 430 par 3. Just 2 trees down there by the basket, but you have out of bounds right and left and long. So you're going to see big backhand hyzers or forehands here generally. There is an up the middle play, but not for these rippers. Simon going, ooh, oh no. He was trying backhand hyzer. That's a pretty fortunate kick to go at least be in bounds, but he's got a long way to go.
And that gap is, I mean, it's so surprising to see that shot with this really strong left to right. That hyzer is so tricky to get all the way back into the fairway. You have to go pretty wide with that shot.
It's 2 days in a row for Eagle just being a little low. He definitely has the power here, but I think he's just a little bit worried about sailing it past the basket perhaps and going out of bounds.
And this is surprising to see Ricky go with this shot. I really am.
Whoa.
He's got such a big forehand. And, I mean, that got through everything. Oh, my goodness. Is this coming back in bounds? No. Okay.
But he was going for the up the middle play. That surprises me. I would think either backhand hyzer or forehand hyzer.
Right. Yeah, and then the backhand hyzer, like I said, I mean, look at this wind coming across here. You basically have to go out 70 feet away from the target unless you're going that high like Drew is. I mean, that's going to come up in bounds easily, but
it's got to be way short. Yeah.
And Ricky has all the distance and then some to get there with the forehand hyzer, and that using the wind to his advantage. I'm really surprised to not see him go with that route. And it's the most open gap too, I believe.
Definitely. Simon going to the forehand. Still probably 325 from the pin.
Wow.
He's going to like that.
Wow.
Beautiful shot. What a recovery.
I mean, if you can do that from there, why not do that from the tee?
You might as well, man.
Wow. Really nice shot there from Simon. And Ricky's got probably 70 feet with a low ceiling to save par.
Good play. Limit the damage to single bogey. Drew also putting some premium plastic, it looks like.
Yeah. I mean, even when that flag, I mean, you can see those banners in the background ripping. If the flag on top of the basket doesn't look like it's moving, trust us, it's still moving. I mean, it's the wind out here in Kansas, even when it's down, is still, the air is moving so much, it just makes it really uncomfortable. I mean, off the tee, on the green, it's never really settling. You never feel like you know exactly what it's going to do.
Yeah. Not too surprising here to see no birdies. It's a very difficult par 3 in the wind.
Yeah, it's the 6th hardest hole in the course. There's only 5% of the field birdied on round 2.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty tricky hole.
Hole 4, par 3, 402 feet. Playing pretty long, though, with out of bounds on the left and right sides. The fairway grass is out of bounds, the sand trap, the golf green, and the cart path. So we're going to see big hyzers from these guys. Hopefully get the disc down before it messes with that cart path.
And we're going to be teeing off a bit into a headwind here. Maybe slightly right to left headwind, but mostly just straight on. And that's going to take these high shots and kind of lift them up and make them drift off a little bit more, unless you go really overstable like Simon has. And
it's a good shot.
Yeah, it's a good safe shot, about 12 meters away from the basket or so. I think this is one of those Luster PD2s, I'm not sure, but those things came out really flat and very, very overstable. Great for headwind shots.
Nice. Drew with a little bit more hyzer angle.
And that disc comes out of his hand so clean, man. And he is
Nice.
Really an expert at the big hyzer shot. That's a great shot from Drew there. And this is pretty wide. I think it has time to come back in bounds. Oof, that is...
Oh, no.
Didn't quite make it. Yeah, he was close, but that's going to be maybe 150 feet away from where he's got to take the disc out of bounds.
It's a pretty big mistake on a pretty birdieable hole.
Right. Mid-level difficulty. It's the 9th hardest hole in the course, and Ricky's now going out of bounds, bogey in the last 2 holes. Wow.
And Simon connecting. Got a hot start going here.
And that's a perfect example of that nose angle. He hits that time and time again. Great putt there. Ooh,
Oh, man. Just barely low for Eagle. The slow roll. Tried to get away, but luckily stops. He'll make par. Drew going to step up here with a birdie look.
Do you love the feel of your escape, but just find yourself needing a little bit more stability? Look no further than the Getaway from Dynamic Discs. The Getaway has the same hand feel and glide of the Escape, but a much more overstable flight path. Pick yours up today from Dynamic Discs.
Would you prefer to get away or escape?
I'm looking to get away.
Looking to get away.
It's not quite such a escaping. You're probably in a pretty bad place if you have to escape.
Yeah, get away. You could get away to like Jamaica.
Yeah, definitely. Hole 5, par 4, 681 feet, going downhill at first, but then pretty sharply uphill. And as you can see, the green is so narrow. A lot of trees in the way. Simon tried to set the all-time distance record on this hole yesterday. Let's see if he can get it this time.
Yeah, similar shot here. I mean, it looks like he may be hitting to the same tree that he went after round 1. Well,
Yeah, a little shorter, but not short.
he hit that tree in the air
Yeah.
yesterday. That's
Yeah.
incredible because that was a really great shot there. And the other one, I mean, from the day before was just blistered.
Yeah. I mean, that's so far what he just did.
Right. And Drew really throws a very similar line to Simon here, and this is out wide, but I think that's
gosh.
coming back in bounds, and this might
Oh
be
my
the all-time distance
gosh.
record.
It's in this. Is that past the first 2 trees?
It's close to the basket.
Wow.
It's really far. Wow. And that takes so much trust. And Eagle's going for the play that I think is pretty smart. A little bit of a checkup shot, giving yourself a better angle to go wide with a backhand hyzer in your second.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ricky's going to try to throw a similar line to Drew and Simon. But we saw him go left side yesterday. Today he is trying to go pretty much similar to Simon and Drew, keeping it right down the middle.
Wow.
And that's a great shot. He's going to have a few trees in the way there, but I think 10 out of 10 pros would take that tee shot.
Oh yeah, those are so crushed. Those 3, because getting near this path is pretty good drive.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are getting past it by 150 feet.
Yeah. And
Oh,
wow, double
man.
tree action.
And not a great roll.
Yeah, first he hit a holly and then a redwood.
Oh jeez, the sequoia jumps out of nowhere and blocks the shot. That is brutal.
And Simon making this look like the easiest hole in the world.
Absolutely. I'm guessing a couple other guys are going to make it look pretty easy too,
Yep.
judging by where these drives landed.
I mean, this is only the second furthest drive on the hole. That's remarkable. And is Ricky going to...
No way.
Wow.
Inches from a 2.
You think he's going for... I mean,
It looks like it. Because it's
Wow.
uphill. You have to put some, the miss would generally be short going uphill.
wow.
He's got to be thinking, oh, it's 2 time. Like, this is perfect drive. I got to go for the 2.
Wow. I mean...
Unbelievable.
And if Eagle hits this, we'll have back-to-back star frames. Oh, wow. We saw a star frame on this hole in round 1, and almost an eagle there from Rick. I really promise you guys with everything that I have to promise you that this is not an easy hole.
I haven't been even close to birdieing it yet.
And once again, I'm surprised it's only the 4th hardest hole in the course. I mean, 18 is going to take number 1 every time. Mm-hmm. But really, this has got to be, you feel like this is one of the hardest holes when you step up to the tee just because there's so many elements. Oh, man. That thing almost came back out.
Look at Simon to 14, Drew to 13.
Yeah, really hot starts.
Hole 6, par 3, uphill 324. A little bit of a sand trap and green on the right. No other OB to speak of. Playing is one of the easier holes on the course. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're absolutely right. It's the easiest hole in the course. It played a little bit more difficult than round 1, which is
wind.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense because of the wind.
Maybe like FD3.
It's hard to say what he slows down with. You know, it's like he could slow down with a putter if he wanted to.
He's going fast right now,
and
it's a little deep, I think.
Yeah, just a bit. That's going to be a pretty testy 25-foot headwind putt.
Mm-hmm. Drew, I would think, is probably like Firebird here.
That or something like ungodly overstable. That seemed really overstable, which Firebird, I guess, can be.
Yes, definitely.
It might be a flat top. And a similar angle there from Rick, getting that scoot and roll.
Sweet shot.
Yeah, that'll work. This has some really cool ground play. This will be cool to see this on the FollowFlight.
That is awesome. Bloop, 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 bloop. Hey, Rick, draw a candy cane with your disc.
Oh, that's so cool. FollowFlight gets me happy every time.
Yeah, definitely.
They could show up for a shot that hits a tree, and I'd love to watch that.
Yeah, definitely. Regardless of species, even.
Yeah, I don't care what genus it is. I don't care about what species it is. Just show me discs hitting trees.
Great shot.
Or just replay my round. 4 drives in the green, as to be expected here. And there's one in.
Simon is putting fantastic.
I mean, an inch away from his eagle putt on 1 is the only mistake. I mean, that's incredible.
Mm-hmm. And it's tough as a competitor. As Drew, you just look at Simon cutting through that headwind and you think, well, why isn't it hard for him like it's hard for me?
Right. He definitely makes it look like it's not windy, and that's the sign of a really, really good putter.
Yes.
Round in, round out. If it's windy, if it's calm, if you can make headwind putts just look like a natural putt, like you're not stressed out about it, it says so much about a player's confidence.
Yeah, you might not be stressed out about it, but I'm starting to get stressed out about it because you're making it look too easy.
Right.
Hole 7, par 4, 659 feet going through the valley. OB on the right and left. You just want to kind of get across that ditch, get onto the upslope, and navigate your upshot through these trees. Not a very difficult hole because the fairway is quite wide, but there's certainly trees to block you.
And these players are going for this low shot down the middle. There's so much space up high, but also the high shot brings in fading and also going out of bounds left on the cart path, or perhaps turning over and going out of bounds and down the OB fairway on the right.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to hit the middle like that every time, I don't see why you wouldn't. And that's the scary play of going down the middle. There's just so many trees. Ricky, wow.
Yeah.
Best case scenario. Doesn't hit a tree, doesn't go out of bounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Loving it.
That should have been punished in 2 or 3 different ways. And this is kind of what I expected from Simon or Eagle, just to try to go over the top. And didn't quite clear it. The headwind kind of made this shot a little bit more difficult to go for that high shot. But with the power that these players have, it seems like that's the play.
Mm-hmm.
And Drew as well, going down the middle.
But got the turn on it.
Yeah, what a pretty shot.
That's past the other ones for sure.
Mm-hmm. That's going to leave him a short putter approach there from Drew. And really pretty simple little pitch hyzer approach here. And keeping the drive in bounds is really, getting past those initial trees and keeping it in bounds is really the test of this hole. There's not quite enough trees up towards the green to really make it too difficult for the approach.
Yep. See if Rick's got a line over here. There are some late trees. Looks like he misses them. Nicely done.
Kind of in the eagle distance there, maybe a little bit closer. Perhaps a tree in the way.
Simon with a nice standstill shot.
That looked like an FD3, I think.
Yeah.
S-line.
I think this is Drew with the mortar.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, that is a glow mortar. It's the Nick Hyde mortar. I actually have one of those to give to him. I guess I don't need to give them to him anymore. All right, that's one more from me. It's good to know.
Ricky, great birdie putt there.
Tree in the way, doesn't matter. Ricky's back to his usual self, making putts.
Birdie for eagle.
And we're stepping closer and closer to a star frame here on the second easiest hole of the course. And Drew's in there.
And this is Simon to go 6 down through 7.
It is windy, right? Like, correct me if I'm wrong.
I will not correct you.
Round 2, there was a lot of wind.
Yes. True fact.
Okay. Wow, what a start.
Hole 8, par 3, 555 feet downhill with tons of out of bounds. You see the water there. Also, this long grass is out of bounds. If you want to go for the pin, you really just have to get the disc up high and commit to it, because if you come up in that long grass, it won't skip, and you're going to be moving back about 200 feet to try to save your bogey.
And Simon is going aggressive, and that's dropping fast. Oh my goodness.
I haven't seen an OB graphic.
He is in bounds.
Maybe.
By the hair on his chin.
I still can't tell. I can't see the paint.
Wow, we're going to need a group call before we can throw a graphic up one way or the other. But with this left to right crosswind, it is so incredibly difficult to try to attack this pin. And Simon got really aggressive. Unnecessary with a great start like this. This is, one of the hardest holes on the course.
Yeah, the guy feels like he can't miss right now, so he's just trying to bury the competition, I think.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. There's certain holes that you have to consider what plays like a birdie, and in this condition, a 3 is you're not losing any strokes to anyone really. 5% of the field birdied this hole.
Mm-hmm. Drew looks like he's thinking birdie.
Yeah, that's a wide rim driver in hand. And that is very wide.
Don't do that super drop.
It's got the height, but that is not. That grass is too thick there, and he's going to lose a lot of distance and have to throw his shot for par, or actually bogey, excuse me, because they do call this a par 3.
Yeah,
from
he's going to just lay up and take the single bogey.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
And there's the mortar there. Nice little checkup shot there. That's the price of getting aggressive on this so difficult hole.
Eagle with a nice layup. And Ricky as well. And I guess Simon must have been inbounds.
Yeah.
Can he really make this?
Oh.
No, he can't.
Okay.
But wow. Aggressive play.
Mm-hmm. I mean, count that putt in. He's essentially 8 down through 8. This doesn't play like a par 3. This is the risk reward factor is too high, and I mean I feel like 5 down through 8 would be a perfect start. He's 7 down, or 6 down.
6 down, yeah. Drew in for bogey. And we've got Simon opening up a little lead here.
Yeah, 3 strokes to the rest of the card, and they were all tied coming into the round.
Hole 9, par 3, 549 feet. A bit of a trip to Tweenertown, I think. You're not going to see too many 2s here, but it plays like a very, very easy par 4 because no one's really going all the way for the pin. Although if we're going to see it, maybe it's this group right here, right now.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see it, but it's possible. Looks like Simon's just playing a layup shot here with the FD3. Shout out to our drone operator. There was some nice low limbs that they navigated through.
Oh, definitely.
That was very impressive stuff there. That's all you're looking to do. Just keep one in bounds. Ricky, a bit wider. The nose up should allow it to swing.
Oh, no.
That is a bad break.
Wow, he hit the hemlock on the right side. And it dropped him straight OB. That is tough. He's going to have to move. He's going to have a doable shot, but that is a big mistake.
Is it the leaf shape that tells you it's a hemlock, or is it?
It's hard. It can be harder this time of year, but it's something 4 years of college got me there, I guess. Taking a couple classes, it's kind of an intuitive thing.
Can it be a hemlock?
Oh no.
Oh gosh, I was gonna make a dumb joke. I'm glad that I don't have to. That is a bad break there from Drew. Did not keep it over the cart path. It was surprising to see him go straight down the middle there.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, maybe he's just kind of getting caught between trying to go for it and trying to lay it up. Wow, Ricky's going super high here.
And that needs to get down with that crosswind. That could take him out of bounds.
Oh my gosh.
Double OB. He's got a 40-foot, 45-foot putt for double bogey.
That's crazy.
And, I mean, that is...
This hole really is not the one... I mean, it's not tough. It's if you just play it for what it is. But, man, it's showing that it does still have some teeth. You can definitely get in trouble here, as Ricky is showing us.
All right. And this is the reason why hole 4... or hole 5 is not considered harder, because they call this a par 3.
Yeah.
It makes this the 3rd hardest hole in the course.
Yeah. Drew going to chip up for his bogey.
Let's see if Ricky
can Ricky make this? That would be a Ricky signature move.
Right.
$40 feet.
I'm going to call that 48.
Of course.
Wow. Yeah,
nobody...
Go get that mini later.
Rick is so good. When his back is against the wall, like, okay, you just really messed up. You have this chance to save it. He just does it. It's so amazing to watch.
And, I mean, yeah, of course he's happy he made that, but, like, it doesn't... Once it's in, it's not like he's like, oh, I'm glad I made that. It's, how can I do better next time?
Yeah, totally.
And it's not a pat yourself on the back moment when you get to double bogey, even though you just made an incredible death putt.
Probably the best putt we've seen today.
Yep.
There you have it. Simon coming out just scorching on the front 9 at 26, Eagle at 29, the other guys at 30 and above. We're going to see if Simon can keep this momentum rolling on the back 9, if he can keep pulling away here in round 2 of the Glass Blown Open.